We just got a new major update for Palworld, so let's go over it in the order listed in the patch notes. Crossplay is now available on all platforms. Great, more people to play with. The global pal box lets you store the data of your pals and transfer them between your worlds. You do have to craft it in your base area, and it basically just creates a copy of the pals that you selected. You can then hop over to a different world or a server and just copy them over to your new pal box. Pretty seamless. The dimensional PAL storage gives us 10 times more storage than the regular PAL box. Literally 320 pages compared to the 32 that we originally get. This is awesome when you're playing with multiple people because you can just share your pals just directly through this instead of having to drop them and pick them up and all that nonsense. And obviously if you play solo, you just have a massive storage. And it looks like there's no limit on how many you can craft. Next is the cosmetic armor system. It's a pretty simple system where you just need the items either in your inventory or in the same base as the antique dresser. And it looks like this is how you can just toggle them on and off. For the photo mode, I don't really think most people will care about it, but it is nice to have to be able to just hide your UI and take your screenshots of some cool builds or for some thumbnails. The drafting table lets you craft schematics, which is awesome. This is one of my favorite changes because I absolutely hate grinding for those elusive legendary schematics. Plus now we have some incentive to hoard all those old schematics that we get all over the place. Buildings can now be placed even if they overlap with a PAL. Fantastic. Anyone who's played the game before has at least once yelled at their pals to get the hell out of the way when they're trying to build something. So I am all for this. When connecting foundations or roofs, the connected pieces will now automatically align in the same direction. Great! I'm sure the builders are very happy about this, and people like me who cannot really build but do have OCD and hate seeing random patterns on the floor, we appreciate it too. Assigning an ice pal to the flea market will now slow down item decay in storage and sales. Sure, I don't know how many people actually even use this on multiplayer. I guess it's helpful for those of you who care. Added torches at the entrances of random dungeons for better visibility. This is pretty cool to be able to spot dungeons from pretty far away, especially at nighttime. Players can now sit on chairs and cushions. I don't personally care about this, but being able to interact with objects in the world can help with immersion. And for those of you who like to roleplay, I'm sure you're pretty excited about that. Some weapons that deal ultra high damage to trees will no longer drop items upon destruction. I didn't even know this was a problem, but I guess it sucks if you're used to farming wood with your rocket launcher. Added some new NPCs and improved NPC behavior during conversation. I don't know what that means, but sure. Alright, balance adjustments. This is the one a lot of us care about. Adjusted elemental chest rewards, so dog coins will always drop from these chests and they'll also have a small chance of containing work suitability books. That's awesome, now we have a bit more reliable ways to get work suitability books. Hell yeah. Increased experience gain from defeating the attack chopper. Does anyone even tackle the oil rig before level 60? Increase the DPS of flamethrowers. Great, hopefully it feels more fun to play now. Adjusted the default attack used by electric and dark pals when all active skills are on cooldown, making them more in line with the other elements. This is a fantastic change. Those slow moving electric and dark orbs were awful. Looks like both of these types have nice fast basic attacks now. That's a huge buff. Some human NPCs now have work suitability and work animations when assigned tasks at the base. Cool, now we actually have some reason to go enslave more humans. Doomud now has water type. NPC event rewards have been adjusted. To maintain fairness, all NPC conversation logs have been reset, allowing players to reclaim rewards again. Looks like that means they reset the arrogant pal critics, and now we can get 3 more guaranteed work suitability books. Unless something has changed, here's a quick shot of where you could find them previously and the list of pals you need to show them to get the books. Next are the UI changes. Favorites have been categorized into favorite 1, 2, and 3. Beautiful. This might be my favorite change in the patch. Now we can basically have multiple sets, one for just breeding, one for your team pals, one for your raiding, and so on. This is awesome. And then on top of that, we also have the dimensional pal storage, which means we have even more ways to organize our pals. I'm personally very happy about this change. Holding the plus or minus button in the pal soul enhancement UI will now continuously increase or decrease values. Didn't know this was a problem because you can do it pretty fast, so I don't really see the benefit here, but sure. And then they also added a way to sort by work suitability, which is another huge plus. and a bunch of new achievements to unlock for those of you who care about them, plus a bunch of other bug fixes that don't personally affect me, but they're up on the screen if you want to read them or care about them. And that's it. Let me know what you think of this patch and which of these additions you're most excited about. Thank you for watching. Peace!